back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Crystal. Today we're going to be doing a video on, just as promised, the Beauty Bay new Age of Opulence palette. I've been talking about doing a video on this palette since last Saturday, but I've gotten so many new releases in and I wanted to put a video up for those, so we're finally going to be jumping into my thoughts on this palette today. First, I want to mention what I am wearing currently on my face. I did pick up the Westman Atelier, I hope I'm saying that right, the holiday set that's on Sephora right now. You get a mini size bronzer, why am I spacing? Bronzer, highlighter, and blush. That is what I'm wearing on my complexion today. I will be doing a more detailed video on this trio, so if you're interested in that and you're not already subscribed, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and join the channel and turn on your notifications so you don't miss out. Also, if you're just tuning in and finding my channel for the first time, I am currently doing a giveaway for the Lethal Cosmetics Berlin 89 palette. You can go back in my playlist and find this video, and the giveaway details are all in that video. Okay, so moving on to what everyone has been waiting for, the new Beauty Bay Age of Opulence palette. This palette retails for $20. When it first came out, people were saying that it was reminiscent of the Book of Magic palette. I did at one time own the Book of Magic palette. However, I only really loved one shade, and that was a shimmer shade in the palette called Crystal. It was kind of a duochrome shade. So unfortunately, I can't show you direct comparisons because I have since decluttered that palette. But this one definitely has more intense kind of jewel tones. Definitely the purples and blues are more deep and rich in this palette. I also love that it has a nice array of neutrals, as you can see in my eye looks, which I will go into in a minute. So you can definitely get more of a holiday glam or going out evening look out of this palette, as well as something more everyday, if you will. So the packaging of this palette is really pretty. It has this nice shimmery gold all over it. It's supposed to be kind of centered around the opulence, the roaring 20s, that kind of thing. I'm not sure that the aesthetic of the outside of the palette kind of goes with that theme, but it is beautiful nonetheless. Not, really my cup of tea, but the inside is gorgeous. I really love, hope I don't blind you, I really love the detailing around the mirror. It just makes it feel really special. You got a nice good size mirror in here, and then we have our colors. We have a nice mix of mattes and shimmers. I'm gonna throw up the swatch video that I took earlier. So as you can see, you have a really nice array of light tones, mid-tones, deep tones, and then a nice mix of mattes and shimmers. I will say that these shimmers are definitely harder to pick up with a brush. You're going to want to probably use your finger. But once you get them on the eye, they definitely are beautiful. Beauty Bay really has a wonderful shimmer formula. So now that you have seen the swatches of the palette, I just want to talk about a little bit about each eye look. So we'll start with the kind of teal eye that we have going on here. Let me scoochy so I have room to insert the clip kind of. I edited it down, so hopefully you guys will like this format. You'll have to let me know in the comments what you think. So I started, I had heard from many other people with the Beauty Bay formula, the mattes sometimes are harder to work with, and so I knew I wanted to start with the darker shades and blend them out with the lighter shades. So I did start with the shade Rich here, which is the darkest teal in the palette, and I put that all through my crease. I just kind of placed it there, and then went back with another layer and then kind of blended that just where I wanted it. I didn't want to take that too high because I knew the color would go high. It is going high anyway, but I fix it. So once I had that placed, it was a little whoa for me. So I went into the shade Hope on a more blender style brush and then just kind of soften the edges of that. I tried not to take it too high, but of course it's me and I always end up blending it to the brow. So once I kind of got the shape or the color how I wanted it, then I decided to just kind of leave it alone. I didn't want to get too much. I did place a little bit more of the rich shade just right here in my outer corner. And then I went in with a glitter primer and I placed that all over the lid. Did go in with the lighter of the two blues, the one that I thought had a little more teal leaning because we don't really have a teal shimmer. And then I wanted to kind of lighten up the look. I didn't want it to be too dark, so I went in with Crush, which was, I think, maybe my favorite shimmer shade in the palette. It's kind of this pinky leaning champagne down here, and then I applied that all through the inner half of my lid and then blended it together. I think overall the look turned out really pretty. I did go back into that same shade for my inner corner highlight, and then just used the 2 teal shades for matte, like underneath my eye to give it a little bit of smokiness, because definitely with something so dramatic on top, I needed something underneath to balance it out. Having a clean under eye, just, it wasn't looking right, and so I definitely needed to do something overall. And then I went in with the lightest shade in the palette, which is RSVP, just this kind of matte creamy tan shade, and I tried to fix how high up I'd gone on the brow bone. I definitely could, especially now that it's been setting for a minute, the blue's kind of coming through a little bit more. So I could definitely go in with some concealer and really clean that up. If I was actually going somewhere, that's what I would do. I feel like at first, let me just show you, it was covering quite a bit more at first when I first put it over there, but then it started peeking through again. So as you can see here, that's more how we ended in the video when I was filming the look. So if that's good to know. So it will kind of wear off, especially like the lighter colors over the darker colors. So you may want to go in with concealer to fix any, overextensions that you may have done. But overall, I think the eye turned out really pretty. Next, I went in and I knew because I'd done something more dual tone that I wanted to showcase the way that this palette could also be very neutral. So I started this one by applying the darkest color first, which was Prohibition. It was this darker brown shade here. It does actually look a lot darker in the pan than it actually is. This was the first shade in the darker mattes that I kind of had some trouble not placing, but like when I was blending it out, trying to get it not to look patchy. I kept having to go in with a little bit more, and just filling in spots that I weren't quite looking the way that I wanted to. I did go in to blend out that brown shade with Silk Stockings. It's kind of this like taupey color here. Then for underneath my eyes, I did go in with that brown right here on the outer corner, and then I blended it out with the Silk Stocking shades. Not a whole lot of it, just kind of what was left over on the brush. I brought it around and just kind of really rounded out that corner just to kind of smooth it out, because it was looking just a little bit rough, a little bit patchy, but overall I think I was able to bring it to a place that I'm happy with. Next, just as the other side, I did go in with my NYX glitter primer. So first I went in on this lid with Gold Digger. And I used Gold Digger on the outer half, and then I went into Champagne here, the lighter gold, and I just stuck my finger in Jazz. Dang it. So I did Champagne. I'm distracted now. Yeah. Champagne on the inner part of this lid, and then blended those 2 shades together. And then lastly, I just went in with my blender brush again in the taupey shade, Silk Stockings, the matte. And I just, kind of toned down the shimmer just a little bit and just kind of brought everything together, made sure it had a nice, flawless, seamless look. Then for the inner corner, I again went into the Crush, the kind of pinky champagne color. And overall, I think the look turned out really nice. For mascara, hopefully that video's over now and I can kind of go back to the center. For mascara, I just went in with my Pat McGrath Labs Fetish Eyes mascara. I just pretty much did a single coat on each eye. This is traveling a little bit. Overall, I think the looks turned out really, really pretty. I'm really, really happy with how they turned out. Now that I've been wearing it for a little while, I will say I do notice some fading of the darker color on this side. Let me get close so you guys can see kind of how it's fading away there. Not too bad, but keep in mind I have only been wearing this for about an hour. Like I said, on this side where I'd put the beige color over the blue had kind of faded away, showing more of how I'd made a mistake when I was applying it. But I think the dark blue is actually really staying true to color. So the really only issue I have with the fading is a little bit on that dark brown matte. The shimmers, just looking, they seem to look just as beautiful as when I applied them, so I'm happy with that. I think the shimmers really bring the look together and give it that like spark and that pizzazz. For a $20 palette, you guys, what do I think? I think this is amazing. I'm so glad that I bought it. Now I really kind of want to go in. There's a $7 gold, I think it's called the Golden Age palette. I just went on Beauty Bay and that one has sold out. It is available in like a kit that comes with like a liquid eyeshadow, an eyeliner, and an eye brush for $17.50. So I might have to order that. But then I was like looking at this palette and pretty much the colors that are in that palette with exception of a couple matte browns, I think I have most of those shimmers already, so I really don't see a need for it. The not collector in me, but like the hoarder in me, I love this palette so much. I almost want to go on and order a second so that I have another one, but that's ridiculous because I have like 250 palettes and I still haven't even finished my declutter series, but I've just had so much new stuff coming in and I wanted to get videos out on it. And you know, I can make all the excuses in the world, but we definitely need to make some room soon, so watch for those declutter videos coming up, I promise. Definitely let me know in the comments what you think of these looks, which one was your favorite, and if you have a chance to, let me know, are you interested in seeing a video solely on the application of this Westman Atelier Holiday Trio, the bronzer, blush, and highlight? If you do, if I get enough of you that are interested in that, I will do a video like solely focused on this. And if not, I'll just put it in with, you know, another video coming up with another palette. So anyways, I hope this video helped you guys. I hope that it helped you guys make a decision whether you want to purchase or not, or it was just entertaining for you and gave you something to do. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up because it really does help my channel. If you didn't like it, let me know. Give it a thumbs down. I hope you guys have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.